Welcome to the Get Published podcast, sponsored by Brodie Consulting Group. To get more information about our coaching, publishing, executive ghostwriting, and podcast production services, go to getpublishedpodcast.com. Hello, I am Paul Brodie, and thank you for joining us for another episode of the Get Published podcast, where we help authors get published with a proven system that works. And today, we're being joined by Brittanie Boe, author of the Everything Tabletop Games book. Boe, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Paul.
Well, we are thrilled to have you. Are you ready to begin?
I am.
All right. Question number 1. What is the one piece of advice that you would give to a first-time author who is currently writing their book?
I would say that the thing that helped me the most was setting small goals, making sure that I was meeting all of those goals on a daily basis and just hitting that word count and making sure that I was really on top of my personal goals for the book. And then I was always able to go back and edit things after I felt confident in what I had produced.
And what do you feel is the hardest part about getting published?
The hardest part about getting published is probably networking, just getting to know the right people and getting your name out there.
Well, let's talk about marketing. So please share a marketing strategy that you have used in your book launch that has worked well.
Absolutely. So I've actually worked in the tabletop games industry for 8 years now, and I felt like one of the most successful marketing methods that I had as far as my community goes was word of mouth and hyping up the big fans that I've had for a super long time. One of the things that we did was we ran a free library, and we had 5 different copies of the book that we put in different free libraries all over Seattle. And then we ran a little Twitter marketing campaign letting people know where they were so they could check out the book. And if they liked it, they could buy it for themselves or buy it for somebody that they loved.
So is this almost like a contest sort of thing, or just like, hey, the book's available in these libraries, go check it out?
It was just a local, hey, these books are available in these free libraries that are just sitting around town in those little tiny things that people put in front of their houses. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like mailboxes?
No, they're in Seattle. It's a big thing where everybody has these small free libraries. They put the books that they're not reading in the free libraries. People come by, they pick up books, they drop off books, and it's just a way for people to share the enthusiasm of reading together.
Oh, nice. So these are actually located outside of people's houses, and you guys would put them at, I guess, different houses sort of thing, right?
Yep.
That's very innovative. I'm in Texas. I've never heard of that concept, but I love it.
It works really well in the city. I could understand why it would be a little bit more difficult in Texas, given the sprawl there.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of books, I'd like to know what is your favorite book and what was the number one thing that you learned from it?
Oh, goodness. That is a very good question that I don't know that I can answer.
Well, let's talk. How about your most recent book?
I've been buried under content for literally 8 years. That's why I honestly don't think I can answer that because of the type of reading that I do is mostly based in social justice type things. And yeah, sorry. I should have warned you ahead of time. I would rather not answer that one.
All right. For a final question, what is your favorite quote and why?
My favorite quote, I don't know where it came from. My mother gave it to me, which is, never do anything for anybody if you expect something in return.
And then why is that your favorite quote?
I've really lived my life by that, and it's done really well for me. Everything that I've done has been because I wanted to, and it just kind of made me as a person somebody who is giving, but never to the point of my own. Somebody who's giving, but never to the extent that it hurts me personally, because I only do things that I want to do from the goodness of my heart.
Excellent. Well, Boe, I want to thank you for being a guest on the show. What is the best way for people to find you online?
So I run several channels. The main one is called Be Bold Games, where I teach people how to play tabletop games in 5 minutes or less on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. But my personal Twitter account is Bold Bebo, BoldBebo, and that's where you can find me being my very ridiculous self.
Excellent. Well, Bebo, thank you once again for being on the show, and I wish you all the best in your author journey ahead.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks again for joining us today. To learn more about how to get your book published with a proven system that works, grab a free copy of my book at getpublishedpodcast.com.